going on, everyone? It's your guy, Cole Jackson, back here in the film room on Two Guys Watching Football. If you guys are here for the film content, hit that like button, drop a comment down below, let me know who you want to see next, and hit subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. I appreciate all the support. And today we're going to be answering the question, can Jawan James protect Lamar Jackson's blindside? So just for context, I'm recording this at 7:30 a.m. on Wednesday morning. I do not know if Ronnie Stanley is going to be back in practice today. If he is, this question might become a little bit less relevant. But until we know that Ronnie Stanley's on track to play, it looks like our first string left tackle is going to be Jawan James. For the purpose of this video, I did not put run blocks in it. I have clipped some of them, and I'll do a tweet thread later. So please follow me on Twitter at ColeJacksonFB if you guys want to see that. So we're going to focus on pass sets. I pulled 16 of his, I think he has 37 pass sets in the preseason so far. I pulled 16 clips, so we're looking at a lot. I'm going to try and go through them a little quicker than normal. But I think you guys are going to be encouraged. I think you guys are going to come away from this video feeling like, okay, this isn't bad. I've seen some negative commentary around Jawan James. I don't personally understand it. He hasn't had an extended period of bad play in the preseason so far. He hasn't played a lot because we're not really playing our starters very much, but he's looked pretty good. And I think you guys will see that here. I pulled the good and a couple of bad plays, and I'll show you what I see on the bad plays and why I think it could get better. So let's jump right into it. Jawan James, can he protect Lamar Jackson's blindside? So let me just get back here. So I pulled clips from, again, Titans and Cardinals game. So left tackle we're looking at here. So really nice pass set here from James. I think the biggest thing that I've noticed from him and his pass sets is how quickly he's coming out of his stance. And you guys heard me talk about this a lot with Daniel Falele. It's one of the number one things for a tackle and pass protection. So watch how quickly he's out of his stance. He's already squared. He's got fluid hips, and then really good hand placement. See that outside hands technique? The edge player tried to chop his arm and he missed. And I like James finishing to the ground right there at the end. Really good pass set there from Jawan James. So we're going to move into another one. Again, quick out of the stance. And this is really nice work here. So you guys, again, would have heard me talk about this exact play, actually, in the Daniel Falele video. What is noticeable here is when an edge defender is trying to basically just run around you and get to the quarterback at the back of the pocket, the easiest way for a tackle to defend that is to essentially give up that outside lane and push him out the back of the pocket. Because if I'm a tackle, I want you to run as far downfield as you can, and I'll just kind of wall you off away from the quarterback. And that's what we see James do. So see, he's a little bit deeper than Falele is on this one. And you can see he's about a yard deeper and pushes him right through the back of the pocket there from Huntley. About another yard depth would have been better, but it's the right idea. And it's kind of what we want to keep seeing from James. So really good technique so far. We're seeing, again, watch how quick he's out of his stance. He's already squared up with the edge defender. And they're going to run a little bit of a line game here. So edge defender is going to be the knife man, and then 94 is going to loop around him. And James passes off to the left guard, and then look how he switches his hips. That's what I really liked about this clip. His ability to basically recognize Tyree Phillips, pass him off to Tyree Phillips, and then his body's turned the other way. So he needs to take that left foot and drop it back. And he does so with little issue. He gets squared back up. He's a little narrow here, but look, he gets his base. He drops that left foot, his plant foot back, and is able to anchor. And right there. So Huntley rolls out to the other side, but that ability for him, you never want to see his inside foot drop back. You never want your inside foot as an offensive lineman to be behind your outside foot. But it's okay in this case because he's passing off, and once he picked up the looper, he immediately gets back in his base. So really impressive work there on the stunt. So this is that play where they're going to bring the pressure. Again, this is something I noticed in this game. He's kind of giving inside help a lot to Tyree Phillips. I think he was asked to do that by the coaches. I'll show you what I mean here. Let's get the snap. Oh, this isn't the example. No, this was a good adjustment. So they're showing basically Tyree Phillips and Jawan James are 2-on-3 here because you have big on big across the line on the right side. So Cologne has the nose tackle, Cleveland has here, Falele has here, and then you're likely leaving the outside man. This is the play where Falele misreads it. So Phillips and James have to essentially read these three guys and pick up the inside man. So you'll see right there, the defender over Phillips is going to drop, and there must be some sort of communication because Phillips gets there and James continues to the outside man. So really good read there from both of them for Phillips to adjust. Huntley gets the ball out quickly. James picks up his guy. I just think the way he watch his vertical set here. He's just so fluid. He's able to switch his hips so easily. It's something that we always saw Ronnie Stanley do really well. So really impressive work there. We're gonna see another one. Uses the snatch move here. So snatch is when he's gonna basically collapse on the top of his pads. But again, watch how quickly he's out of his stance. Squared up with him. He was using poor technique, so he gets it right on top. It's his quickness out of his stance and the way he's squaring up edge defenders is really what impresses me the most, and that's what's giving me so much confidence. You're seeing him move smoothly. It's what he looked like before his injuries. We're going to see something similar here. See, and this is a bit of a quick set. So he's going to quick set on the, I would say he's essentially, well, he's probably like a 7-8 tech, maybe a wide 9. But watch James step out to him. So he's going to get out to him on a bit of a, well, it's more of a 45-degree angle and just completely stunt him right there. So what we've seen going through these clips so far is a lot of deep vertical sets, and we're seeing him mix up his set, but still look just as fluid getting out to his guy. So he's having no issue with any of these edge defenders. So this was the only clip in this game where I thought he had a problem, and I want to spend a little bit of time because the only area in his game where I thought he could have done a little bit better is protecting his inside hand. And you guys will hear me say later in the video he put up a stop sign because he looked a little bit better doing this in the Arizona game. But essentially, as a tackle, I want to vertical set against you and force you to go outside of me. That's kind of what my goal is. And then when you do come inside for an inside counter, that inside hand, so James's right hand is the stop sign. I want to put that up and stop you in your tracks and the rep. That's what Ronnie Stanley does so well. It's tough because we want those tackles to get out there and square up guys, but some of these edge defenders are so athletic that it's hard. But James struggles a little bit with his inside counters, and we see it come here. So he uses more of a 45-degree angle than a vertical set on this one. And I think he just kind of he's about a step. He goes an extra kick step over. So watch right here. So he just gets a little bit too far. The edge defender read him really well, and he crosses his helmet across James's body, which means he has no ability to anchor that inside move. So when his inside hand's up, he's just kind of running right through his arm. So that's what happens here. Phillips gives him a little bit of help. Really nice read by Phillips, and they kind of keep their man at bay. There's a little bit of a nonsense collision here in the back of the pocket, but so it wasn't detrimental to the play. It was the only negative play I found in this Titans game. So I wouldn't even say there was a pressure because Phillips saved him on this one, but it is something that I want us to keep an eye on as we go through Jawan James' film. So again, I think he goes an extra step here too far. You want him to basically sit down, be patient. So the sit down and be patient is tough because he's basically 45 degrees to a outside edge rusher, and I think he wants to get his hands on him early. So that's why he's getting out there so quick, but he just went about an extra kick step too far. So right here is when he should have sat down, but he goes the extra step there. Not detrimental, but we want to tell a balanced story here, and I don't want it to be all sunshine and rainbows. I want to tell the full story. So now we're in the Arizona game. Again, we're seeing him kind of do that quick set, get his hands on early, and he looks powerful. Look how smooth he is getting right out. See, and what we see here when he's doing that compared to that last snap is he uses a little bit of a shorter stride. On that last step, because he was getting out to a wide 9, this is just like a 7 tech or a 5, 6. Yeah, this is about a 7 technique. The other play was a 9 technique. So when you're getting out more in space, you have a little bit higher margin for error when you're trying to get on him early. So he's just going to use a shorter stride and then get his hands on, sit down, and the rep. So much better there. Playing out in space like that can be tough. This was the only pressure I saw in this game that he allowed. PFF charted him with 3 pressures. Again, he's got a wide technique here. This is a true 9 tech. He's way outside the tight end. And James just doesn't get enough depth in his vertical set. You'll see it right here. He basically turns. I'm not really too sure what he was thinking on this play. I don't know if he misread, because ideally, I'm almost wondering if he was expecting to take the 5 technique on, but no, because he goes right out to him and Phillips adjusts. It was a strange play. I struggled with this one watching, but essentially what we'd want to see him do better here is vertical set back rather than the way he turns. See how he turns his body right there? We want to see him vertical set, take kick steps back, because he's way too wide for you to be, trying to quick set, which is what it looks like he does. So he does give up the pressure here. Absolutely gives up a pressure. Huntley gets out, gets it to Likely. That was the play Likely broke and took for an extra 14. But again, so PFF charged him with 3. That was the only full pressure I found in this game. So we're going to deal with that same player. And again, he's in a wide 9. He's way outside. And much better job here. So again, watch the difference in his set. So we saw him on the last one do a little bit of a turn. He gets a little bit more depth here. Still not a lot of depth. He's given inside help to Tyree Phillips. That's probably because he's manned up on him as a 6 tech or as a 5 technique. So he kind of has that hand up just to pass off. And then as he reads him, clamps down, gets his hands. I'd like to see him still get a little bit deeper. So I'm not charging him with the pressure. I would imagine this is what PFF charted him with, just because Huntley does flush. But I kind of it looked to me like the right side of the line was causing Huntley to move. I thought he felt, it really depends. You could argue that he feels the pressure from the left side, and that's why he goes up right. But it looked to me like Falele gets beat. Huntley's looking right and sees Falele getting beat, so he's stepping up inside because the edge defender went outside. He can't see the left side of his line. He can't see his blind side because he's reading the right side of the field. So anyway, that's how I interpreted that play, but that may be how PFF charted it. Nonetheless, still, again, like, is this great? Nice play by Makai Polk. Is this what we want to see from Jawan James? Not necessarily. Like I said, I want to see him get a little bit deeper in the pocket. I want his set point to be a little bit deeper. That's something he can improve, but I wouldn't say it's been necessarily detrimental. Again, dealing with that wide set, and that's where he puts the stop sign up. So what I was telling you guys earlier with that inside counter, so he's set wide on him again as a wide 9. James gets out, gets square. Really good work there, really good technique. And he's setting him outside. You see he's planted that outside foot, and he's going to plant that outside foot and cut back in. James' helmet is in a good place. Gets that inside, or his inside hand right into his chest plate, and squares up, uses his feet, walls him off. Really good work there. Inside of the line was a little bit of a crapshoot, but really good work from James there. And then we got a couple more to look through. This might be the 3rd pressure that they charted. I was really trying to figure out where they charted these. This was, again, I find he's not deep enough in his set. He kind of looks inside to give Phillips help. I've seen that a few times. We've seen it. I mentioned it about 3 times through this Cardinals game. He's looking inside to give Tyree Phillips help rather than worrying about his man, and that caused him not to get deep enough. I mean, ball comes out. It shouldn't be a pressure, but it might have been. But again, main theme here is we want to see him get a little bit deeper, a lot more like what he was doing in the Titans game. So we've seen him do it, but we got to see him do it consistently. And that's just a really nice quick set. So he's going to quick set, and then, like I said, when he lets the edge defender run outside, Look at his feet. Like, his feet are phenomenal. He looks like a power forward playing basketball defense. Like, he just puts him out and runs him, and then he runs him out the back of the pocket. So that when I say run him out the back of the pocket, this is what I mean. Let him run down there. Who cares? Let's just wall him off. Literally, you're running the two edge defenders into each other. Really good work there. Great hands technique there. He looked like he was kind of going for that snatch, but 97 held him off. But again, square up, pushing him out the back of the pocket. Really good work there. Good depth. Same thing here. Just getting outside. He's getting a little bit deeper in his set. Gets out there, square up. Does that move where he kind of pushes his inside hand down to take away any counters, and just kind of walls him off. He tries to spin because he can't use that inside hand because James has knocked it down. So good hands technique. And I think we have just one more. Same deal. Gets out on him early. That was the touchdown to Likely. Let's get back here. Just look at this one more time. So I like this play. Gets out on him early and just kind of anchors against him. So, I mean, overall, I feel pretty good about what Jawan James did in these clips. If you guys want the quick summary, here's how I see it. I'd like to see him consistently getting a little bit deeper in a set point. I'd like to see him not giving so much inside help. He's got to be being asked to do that, but he looks way too focused on his inside and helping Tyree Phillips in some of these clips, and that seems to be the byproduct of him not getting deep enough. Because the good side of Jawan James, you see how athletic he is. He moves really well. He's fluid. He's squaring up. He's moving his hips. He's able to kind of switch inside, outside, whatever he needs to do. He's got quick feet. He's showed an ability to use a deep stride length, a short stride length, depending on a set. What we want to see is he continues to do that, take away those inside counters, keep squaring guys up and kicking them outside of the pocket. So that's all I have for you guys today. Again, hit that like button, drop a comment down below. If you guys want to see more film, who do you want to see? And if you guys are new here and you liked it, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other.